Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. What do you say we wrap up this multi-part review by talking about the gameplay? Let's begin the final round. The basic fighting game rules still apply. You have 2 health bars up there, just beat the snot out of your opponents until their life bar is gone. That's really how a lot of fighting games work on the surface level, but some games have their own mechanics, flavors, and twists on the genre. In the case of this game, I am just going to talk about the basics. Again, I am basing this review off of the PS4 version, so square and cross are your basic punches and kicks. Triangle and circle are your persona abilities. Examples of persona abilities are the lightning attacks of Yu's persona Izanagi and the ice attacks of Mitsuru's persona Artemisia. Do you see those cards below the health bar? That's the stock of your persona. When you attack the other person's persona, they lose a card, and when all of the cards break, the other person would be suspended from using his or her persona for a bit of time. That meter at the bottom of the screen allows you to do the high-end persona abilities. If that meter is at 100, your opponent's health is low, and that round is game point for you, you can do your character's very stylish finishing move, and everyone has the same button props for doing this. That's nice. Do you see that burst text? That allows you to repulse your opponent backwards one time until it fully recharges again. I do find it to be that this game controls fine, although I find the dash function a little too precise for my liking. It works the same as in Smash Bros with the double tapping of the analog stick, but it's not as responsive as in Smash. You have to tap the directional pad twice really fast in this game, and I have more trouble trying to get it to work with the analog stick. Also, to do a short hop, you have to hold down on the directional pad and push 2 of the face buttons at the same time? Why not just tap up really quick? That would be more intuitive. Oh, I almost forgot. Some characters have shadow versions of themselves. They play a little bit different from their normal selves. If you burst with a shadow character, your SP meter at the bottom will slowly deplete itself, but while it's doing that, you can pull off unlimited high-end special moves as well as do combos with moves that normally do not combo each other. Of course, to balance the game out, there has to be a drawback. And the drawback of shadow types is they cannot become awakened. What this means is if you're playing the normal version of a character and your health gets below a certain percentage, you gain certain buffs that allow you to turn the tides. My favorite characters to play as are Yu Narukami, as he's an all-around good character as well as a good beginner one. One thing I've noticed is that main characters in fighting games tend to be good beginner characters. Mitsuru is also one of my go-to characters because of how quick she is with her rapier. I'm not criticizing Naoto as a character, but I'm really not a fan of her playstyle in this game. When she readies her gun to shoot, she gets stuck in place, although pressing circle cancels this. As for modes, you have your standard arcade and versus modes, as well as score attack to try to get the high score. Golden Arena is basically RPG mode that borrows mechanics from the main series, but I'll get to those in a later video. Network mode. If you watched the other parts of my review, you may have noticed that this review is catered mostly to the game's story mode. I did appreciate the extensive story mode that this game offers, and while the game having rollback netcode for online is nice, I was rarely able to find matches. But hey, the Arc System Works game everyone is playing right now is Guilty Gear Strive. A certain someone on YouTube did say the best time to play a fighting game is when it's new. I do most of the time have a preference for 3D graphics, but that does not mean I cannot appreciate 2D sprites. I love how vibrant the colors are, and the animations for the sprites are top notch, man. Very fitting for anime, I would say. Sure, the game reuses portraits from Persona 4 for the Persona 4 characters, but these redrawn portraits for the Persona 3 characters are nice. I'm willing to bet the reason why there's not a Persona 5 Arena yet is because they probably want to use 3D graphics like in Guilty Gear Strive. Amazing soundtrack as well, which includes fan favorites from Persona 3 and 4 plus arrangements made just for this game. I really like the high notes of the theme song for the first Persona 4 Arena, Best Friends. And Ultimax's theme song, Breakout, is a rock song fitting for the game. It also has vocals fitting for the J-pop soundtrack in Persona 4. Combined with Lotus Juice, who did the rapping bits in Persona 3's soundtrack. While this is kinda minor, I think I prefer the original Persona 4 Arena's intro because to me it just seems more animated and I think it had more awesome colors, but that's my opinion. I also really like the aesthetics that the Red Fog provides in Ultimax's story. Voice acting, stellar. The VA for Labras I think did a pretty good job. While I was not a big fan of Sho, he had the parts to make a good villain. I just wish he was less bratty. But even Sho's bratty voice I would say is pretty good for the character if that was the intention. And hey, if it was, then it is not bad voice acting at all. While I had trouble finding people to play online with, this is still a pretty good fighting game. Sure, story is not a main selling point for most fighting games. This one has plenty of story to offer, although the real meat and potatoes are offered in the main series of games, which are Persona 3 FES or Portable and Persona 4 Golden. If you really want to get to know the characters, I recommend playing those games, as the story mode of this game offers stories of a spin-off game. If you have played Persona 3 and 4 and want more time with these characters, yet you still have not played this game yet, well, as far as playing this game goes, go for it. If you have not played those games, there's not really a whole lot of harm in playing this game first, but the story is told as if assuming you have played Persona 3 and 4. There are also a couple spoilers, albeit without context. If you did play this game's story first, I do highly recommend you go back and play the main games. I give this game a 9 out of 10. The fighting game itself is a good time. It's pretty stylish, has plenty of Persona fan service to offer, and where is Persona 5 Arena? I guess they are looking to do 3D models rather than 2D sprites, but come on. I want to know what the P4 cast has been up to as adults, in addition to the Persona 5 cast interacting with the P3 and P4 characters. And no, I have not played either of the Persona Q games yet. But thank you all for watching. Please like, subscribe, check out my social media, and share with your friends. I appreciate it, and good night.